here we are in August. We all knew this was coming. The people who were lying on the state, the COVID unemployment. People who were lying, who lost their jobs, people in the airline industry who are who were lying on the COVID unemployment payment to pay the bills, to make ends meet. The government are like, fuck you, we're going to take €50 off your pay. And that's as simple as that. And again, and guess what? Guess where it's going to? You'd be like, where is the money going to? And you'd be like to yourself, and you'd be saying to yourself, is it going to our hospitals? Is it going to the education system? Well, fuck no. It's going to our county councillors. It's going for the TDs in Darlow. Don't worry, the junior ministers, going to the chief executive of the HSE, don't worry, the money's going to a better place. It's not going to keep people who are, hard-working people who've been let down by this state. It's not going to them. Don't worry about that. We're going to cut it by €50. We might put a few people on the street. People might go bust. But you know what? As long as Leo Varadkar and Simon Harris and the West and all the ministers and all the county councillors in the country are happy, that's the main thing. That's the main thing of this government. We don't give a damn about people, and that's what my home man might as well say. We just care about the bankers, we care about our own politicians, we care about that. That's all we care about. We couldn't give a fuck about anybody else. And that's Fianna Fáil in a nutshell. You just don't care. When the election comes around, we tend to care. We do try and pretend to care, but not likely we care. Because, we see what they have and what they're doing at the moment. €5,000 a day, they're spending that on TDs and senators, having food and drink. Like, my Christ, could you think of anything else more selfish? And there's people starving in the street. And there's people dying in the streets. People in this country can't afford to feed their children. Not because of the fault of their own, they just can't afford it. Because they've lost their jobs, they've lost their income. Some people, God forbid, have lost their businesses. And the government are just like, big fuck you to your face, and just like, we don't care. And don't worry, there won't be one government minister or one TD that'll lose their seat or lose their job. Don't worry about that. They end up with a big pension, a lot of salary pension. They'll end up with bloody fucking a private island in the middle of nowhere. Literally, this is what's happening in the country. This is what's happening. They're cutting over COVID unemployment. Like, it's a joke. It's a joke. And then they turn around and say, we want to show solidarity with the people. We understand. We're all in this together. Remember that. We're all in this together. Well, that fucking went very quickly, didn't it? We're all in this together. It went very quickly out the window, didn't it, in this country? And where should I start? Oh, yes, Golfgate. The whole lot of them just said a big fuck you to everybody in the country and just went off and done their own thing. They made the rules in the book, the rules, and the Supreme Court judge was there, and he's still a Supreme Court judge. But you look at Clown World. The Democratic People's Republic of the North Korean state of the free state of Ireland, right? Such a long conference, but anyway. And then you go on with OT8, the people who are actually telling us, you should be doing this, you can't be going here, how dare you do this, that, and this, that, and they were involved in their own thing, and they could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But apparently, I think everybody gets the message. And these people deserve a pay. Like a Supreme Court judge got a pay rise for breaking the COVID rules. And if that was an only person, they'd be nearly executed. They'd nearly be put up against the wall and shot. That's how they were treated in this state. And then when the Supreme Court judge done, he was given a medal. He literally was given a medal. He was given him extra money. He was given a promotion in other words. And nobody else was nothing was done about it. Basically still there. Now, you could say Phil Hogan lost his whole career. But again, what happened with the penalty points? OT seems like they've forgotten about his penalty points. Or even getting a fine for being on his phone while driving. And it's funny how Drew Harris knew that he was on his phone while driving. And who told him that he was on his phone while driving? Who informed Drew? And Drew must have knew about this illegal meeting in Golfgate. Where was the public order unit? Where was the squad? Where were they Why did they not bang in the doors? Why did they not break in the doors to get into these politicians, these people who break the COVID rules? They're extreme danger to this society. They cause fear in this society. They cause danger to this society. They're worse than these anti-masks. And apparently the girls wasn't around. They apparently were off doing something. They apparently wasn't around Clifton. Apparently it was very suspicious. All the girls were called away. They were called to some place. They were told not to go near Clifton. They were told, there's a few people down the road, they're going to the church. They're going to the graveyard. You know what? Let's go and harass them. We're going to harass them for the papers and everything like that. Well, but the politicians, they'll be fine. I don't know what I went on a tyrant there. But you get the point. You really just get the point that these people think, that they're God and that the judge, jury and executioner. And And again, these people don't understand. Again, imagine, again, it brings me to the point again. Me whole mountain was asked one time by a woman. I wish we could get the clip up here, but I can't remember where it was I seen it. But he was asked, this is about a few years ago before he was Taoiseach, he was asked, would you live on 350 a week, like the dole, social benefits? Would you live on 350 a week and have 3 children? Like, it's difficult. I'm sure people agree having 3 children, putting them through school and everything. It's not easy being a single mother. Like, this was who it was a single mother, and she was getting 350 a week. Probably along with children's allowance, a bit of children's allowance. But at the end of the day, it's still hard. It's not much money compared to what he's on. And he was asked that. He was asked 3 times, loads of reporters. He didn't answer it. He just walked away and he said nothing. So these are the people you're dealing with. No sympathy for anybody. Just couldn't care less. As long as they're friends in the banking industry, the bond, the NGOs, as long as they're happy, as long as the politicians are happy, as long as the county councillors are happy, that the fuck with the people, the hell into conduct, as Matty McGuire usually says. Again, we're all in this together.